All right, today we are going to be tapping a prompt and we're going to be determining our stance. So when we tap a prompt, we're going to be determining, we're using tap for an argumentative essay specifically because this is us determining like what is the purpose of this prompt being given. So I'm calling it tap. If you are more familiar with tacking a prompt with keywords instead of purpose, that is also totally fine. But we're going to go with tap for this model. All right, so the prompt says, should advertisers on social media accounts be allowed to access a user's cookie data or information based on your interests to target their ads for individual humans? Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I need to determine the topic that is being addressed in this prompt. So my T. Well, the topic is that we're talking about advertisements on social media accounts and if they can access data and targets. So I'm going to say I want to keep my tap to 5 words or less. So I'm going to definitely talk about social media ads and how they are targeting individuals. Then I need to determine the audience. That's really super important because it helps me determine how am I going to write my essay, like at what level am I going to write it, who am I trying to convince. So the audience here doesn't just say it in the prompt, but we're talking about social media, which is usually probably an interest of like teens and, maybe even adults. But definitely they have to be using social media for them to be interested. If they don't use social media, they're probably not interested. So I'm going to say anyone, teens and or adults using social media. And last for P, this is the purpose that this prompt is giving us. So for the purpose of this particular prompt, I'm going to say it is to argue my stance. This is an argumentative essay. I have to persuade somebody that cookie data is either to be allowed or not to be allowed. So I'm going to put for the purpose is to argue a stance or to argue a claim. Now you're going to see this word stance in green throughout the first couple days because this is going to turn into our thesis statement in our essay. So I'm going to determine my stance. The stance is that I think, well, just based on this, that advertisers should continue to be allowed to access users' cookie data to target their ads to interests. That is the stance I am taking. You can obviously take the other stance that advertisers should not continue to be allowed to use users' cookie data to target their ads to their interests. So either one, but you have to choose a stance. All right, so let's have the students practice. There is a new prompt. They are going to tap the prompt and determine a stance for this writing fluency day. Thank you.